Hi, hello, welcome to the Galactic Consularship report brought to you by Vertex of Abundance. My name is Serene Priestess Abossi. I'll be your oracle today. I was sent to deliberate the findings for the Lionsgate portal. That's 8.8.2024. Now it's funny because it's 8.8.8, 2 plus 2 plus 4 equals 8. So we're just going to get in here, fit in here, and see what we got going on. So it's interesting. I'm already getting some energies here. Let's just get in here, fit in here, and see what we got going on. I just said that. Apparently, I'm eager to get going with this. I'm hearing that song "Can't Fight the Moonlight." So there's something that's been in the shadows, hidden, trying to manifest, materialize. There's things that we don't know bumping in the night. There's something inevitable. Now, the Lionsgate portal is a time when there's a changing of the guards universally. It's always a precursor for darkness being swept away. It's very much the antithesis of that battle between the sun and Saturn, which is really set in Horus or Ra, or however you want to put that. Now, surrendering your heart, it doesn't always necessarily mean getting, pain to the heart, but also understand that Earth is an enneagram for hearts. So at the heart of the universe, we have this material manifestation. Also remember that the heart is the part, the chakra that it creates the auric field. It is the emitter of the auric field. So whether we know or don't know, everything that comes into or out of our energy gets filtered through the heart. That's why without a clean heart, you have nagrita, dark spots in the aura. So we have the Justice card here with the Empress. So it says here that we're on a path of coming into alignment because there's been seeds that have been planted. There might be an agenda, there might be some type of plan, there might be some kind of strategy here, and a lot of other whatever the energy of others is, whether it's an enemy, an entity, an ideology, whatever, the opposing force here is getting stripped or bound or left out in the cold. Ultimately, things are depleting for them. Yes, depleting can be two fives, or it could just be the Five of Pentacles alone. There are benign aspects to that card. To me, as a practitioner, it means binding. It's just making sure that energy, at least when it's coming towards us into our physical environment, surrounding location, has no efficacy. Yeah, it can mean bound, but not every time you wrap red cord around people, it could just mean that you go left. Their energy is rendered inert or neutral. It still exists. It still has power unless you do, of course, use red cord. It just more is like it doesn't matter to you. So that's also why the Five of Pentacles can be leaving somebody out in the cold. It could also mean putting up with something where you're not going to get everything out of it, where we know we're kind of settling in some kind of sense or whatever, what have you. And that is true. We're looking to go into the spiritual. We're looking to make spiritual choices, spiritual moves. We're looking to be on a spiritual path. And it is going to require us to make some sacrifices here in the physical, leaving some things behind, maybe even people. There's certain things, if we really want to be on a spiritual path, if we really want to be walking that righteous life, there's certain things we can't deal with anymore. Maybe we can't hang around toxic people or people that pledge to the devil. I'm hearing right now a lot of men that are coming onto the path are giving up things like porn or, mistreatment of women or that casual sex thing or there's a lot of things. I know I'm talking about sexual behaviors, but really on the back end of those sexual behaviors is the things that deplete the energy, the things that distract the spirit, the things that bring a person into sense pleasures. So I'm curious collectively with this Lionsgate portal, what's really happening, because it's saying here that there's some kind of golden egg seed being planted and it's beginning to materialize and manifest. So we're on this path right now of aligning, coming into universal alignment. The universe is opening up to us because we've made it through the artificial matrix, the false matrix. We've confronted a lot of things with this moon card in the second house. So we've gone to the depths of our soul. We've confronted our subconscious, the things that go above the night, the things that might haunt us, maybe some things that are carried over from previous lifetimes, from the past lifetime. Also our ancestral connections, whether they be generational curses, generational trauma, etc., so on. So have you. What we're left with is this path of spirit, karma, life, path, destiny, being guided by sight, not by faith, having the universe, guided by faith, not by sight, having the universe order our steps. And we do have that the spirit that animates the universe, also known as God, here, and it's in the line of moksha. So escaping or breaking free from the incarnational cycle, that incarnational bondage, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, needing to incarnate upon the earth, on the terrestrial side of the moon, under the sine waves, also known as born in sin, going through Maya, karma, illusion, delusion, confusion, basically the matrix to gain something. But what we're gaining is our wings. That was the thing that we went into the depths of our soul. That was the thing that we found when we had that dark night of the soul, when we confronted what was alive in us, especially in the subconscious. When we were walking around the darkness, there was nothing to guide us. So we had to be guided by our own light, which meant we went inside to find the light alive in us. It wasn't just enlightenment, it was illumination. Elders. What did I say? You had to go into the dark to find our light. It wasn't just enlightenment, it was illumination. I'm hearing that can't fight the moonlight. No, you can't fight it. No matter what you do. And this is Rentase, 36. Wow, we got a lot up in here. Oh my gosh, what's going on? Okay. Peace comes within the souls of men and women. Oh, excuse me. Peace comes within the souls of men when they realize their oneness with the universe, when they realize it is really everywhere. It is in each one of us, Black Elk. And didn't I just say our elders? This is Jupiter conjunct the sun. I'm getting that energy right now. And then that green light would be Venus. Jupiter actually puts out a blue light. It's Saturn that puts out a red light. This card serves as a reminder to look within yourself for answers. It is wonderful that you are open to the opinions of others, but be discerning. Use your inner knowing to decipher and to interpret what feels right for you. Many look for the source of all life outside themselves. Excuse me, but if you truly wish to connect to the greater pool of consciousness, look within. Inside you is the cosmic, inside you, the universe. Wow, I can't read right now. My brain is distracted. Inside you, the cosmic universe spans with the inner worlds and stars. Yes, inside of you. You are the master and creator of the worlds and galaxies within you. You are, as the creator, ultimately affects the outer world that you are also a part of. See yourself as the greater body, and within you, the cell that also needs to hold its vibration and healthy light. You, as a creative master, can affect your cells or worlds by your thoughts, actions, and words. Raising the healthy light of your cells raises your own vibrational light, thus raising the planetary light as a whole. If a cell in your body is imbalanced and sick, that sickness slowly starts to spread to the rest of your body. See the earth as a cell in your body of universal energy. It is vital that the vibration of the earth is raised positively to affect the greater universal body. You are a creative God of infinite power and light. The more you come to understand this truth, the more you will be amazed by the power you hold as an individual to manifest and bring about peace and change. Affirmation: I am love, expanding and growing in power, clarity, and in truth. The associated chakra is the heart and third eye in the crown. The repeating affirmation here is peace comes within the souls of man when they realize their oneness with the universe, when they realize it is really everywhere, it is in each one of us. That's by the Elder Black Elk. So yeah, we're all coming into the love of the creator, and what's being protected or what's being guarded or what's being, see, the landscape portal is really, it's like a celestial bodyguard moment. There's some closing of the door, shifting of the, it's like a shift change. It's um, and the darkness gets put out for a little while. You know, opposing our own path, the collective path would be that we're all getting our wings as a society, those who need it, those who deserve it. And we are also stepping onto our spirit karma life path destiny, which is to be not just a galactic citizen, but also to be a service worker, a public servant in some kind of way, whether it's a light worker or a YouTube celebrity or whatever, what have you. I don't actually know all the details yet here, but we are coming into some type of liberation. Yeah, something's definitely being worked out on our part because the love of the divine is now open to us. And there's going to be a lot of awakenings. It's almost like this landscape portal, the awakenings were timed for this corridor between the third and the ninth. I'm getting. I'm even hearing the 11th. There was illumination, enlightenment, aha moments, epiphanies that are all timed to this kind of week, somewhere between the third and the 11th. There's a lot of awakenings, mainly because people are actually getting activated spiritually. I think things were held off until this moment because there needed to be something ready. We needed to be ready for something. What that is, I don't know yet. Now, mainly there are people in places of authority that have expertly held us away from our path. They've also used our celestial origins or hid our celestial origins. And we're stepping into that. I feel like the truth is coming out in some kind of way, and it's public truth, so it's the collective. Most of us who are on the light team have made enough actions on our path, have made enough strives towards our divinity where, there's a tipping point. That's really what I wasn't able to say yet. There's a tipping point. We're reaching a tipping point. There's also a lot of us that have been building up towards an overnight success. Something's about to hit. I don't think it's a conscious thing, but whatever that hustle, that grind, that flow, something's about to strike. And it might not be the effect that we're looking for, but there's traction that can't be undone. It doesn't mean we don't need to keep working towards something. Now, somebody here's a Virgo moon, a Taurus moon. I'm getting Pisces midheaven, which would talk about a Gemini rising. Okay, so Gemini rising was confirmed. Somebody here has a Mercury in Taurus as well. Okay, so there's a Venus in Aquarius. Saturn in Taurus. Venus in Gemini. Now, this Venus in Gemini would be at the top of our chart, so that would be Virgo rising. For the Virgo risings out there, somebody might have Venus at the top of their chart, which means that they're destined to have a public job or be a public servant or be on the map publicly. They're really not, if they reach their life's potential, they're not gonna, there's no way they're gonna end up having it being in the public profile, have a public profile, being in the public eye. Now, somebody here may have their Mars in Pisces. And especially for a Sag rising, Mars will be at the bottom of the chart, which would mean that we have this immeasurable powerhouse of, so we're like a powerhouse, a hidden powerhouse in some kind of way. A lot of us are stepping into chosen groups of chosen children or exalted groups of anointed people. Somebody might have their moon in Sagittarius. Or be a Pisces rising. Now, somebody here has a Cancer North Node, because we know about a lot of dark cabals. It's not always the Bilderberg group or the Council 300 or whatever. I don't know much about that. I don't talk about that. I'm not into the whole Illuminati conspiracy because I think it's true, but there's a lot of misnomers, so we're not accurate. Intelligentsia doesn't necessarily mean evil. There are dark cabals within the Illuminati, but I don't think that word Illuminati is necessarily evil. I don't agree with that statement, because Illuminati means that you've seen the spiritual dimension. You know what's on the other side of the sun. You've had some type of awakening on the pineal where you can perceive into the spiritual realm, or you know how to navigate the spiritual world, or you know the secret about the people going on the surface of the planet. You're not part of the masses, the 98% of sheeple that are asleep in the matrix, that you're one of the elite, the 2% or less that know the secret about the surface of the planet. That to me is the true Illuminati, not these cabals, which exist. That I'm not negating that. It's just how we phrase it and how we address it. There's a misnomer, in my opinion, professional opinion, personal judgment, but that is my opinion. And it is well informed. A lot of us are actually hidden goddesses. We're earth angel star seeds. You know, what keeps being repeated to me is that we've made enough seeds, we've made enough strides, we've made enough inroads on the path towards our spirit, karma, life, and destiny, and we're starting to seize opportunities on this path, meaning take no prisoners. We're not asking permission to be spiritual. We're not asking permission to stand in our divinity. Some of us even have our Mars in, excuse me if I bump the mic. Some of us even have our Mars in Gemini or are a Gemini rising. We might have our moon in Cancer. It's because there's boundaries and standards here, and there's a right way to do it, and there's a right way to even get on a scene or to be let in, and we're doing that. It's just delayed because up until recently, it was a no-win situation. The colonizers had to lie, and so they were going to be damned because they were perpetuating some falsity. Who cares about the real or lesser magic? That is what Satanists or demonic or dark cabals need to do. They need to have the truth right in front of you, but they'll always obscure it. Basically, it's a bearing of the hatchet, but also the bearing of the hatchet comes after, for a long time, willful, deliberate, prolonged abuse, which was obstruction, preventing us from our truth as a galactic citizenry. That's wrapping up. And for the long time, they thought they'd buy themselves extra time. They thought they would find some loophole because they really want to get into heaven or storm the heaven and take over. It's never going to happen. And that's by design. So it's like they're giving in now with an apology, but they fought this surrender. If they had just said like, oh, my bad, I was stupid, that was not the right way to go, something in me was unawakened, unhealed, and I decided to take it there in a bad way. But now that I'm awakened, I'm sorry, my bad, I need to leave you to heal, and I'm sorry I don't get to participate in your new path, your new light, your new healing, but I do need to acknowledge what I did, which was really messed up, effed up. No, when you get told the truth and you still fight. So that's the thing. A true divine being, a true God-fearing person, when they discover that they're on a path that isn't right, they immediately stop. They immediately change their behavior. They immediately apologize. It's the demons that will keep at it for a little while. They'll second guess, they'll get uppity, la-di-da, yada-yada. We are getting our wings, we're getting direct access to the divine. And we have a full access card to the universe. And it's not that the other side doesn't, but they're being ejected from whatever seat or stronghold they have. And it was slipping the whole time. Their seat was them holding onto something that wasn't what they wanted in the original place. They wanted everything and they only got half of something. And instead of vacating that spot and stepping into alignment, they held on to that because they needed some kind of consolation prize. And that's, again, a sign of a demon. A demon does that. It's only a demon that argues and needs to win a fight. It's only demons that are going to be out there fighting. And yeah, you may end up in a fight to defend yourself, but to take a position that never should have been taken in the first place and to hold your ground there, that's a sickness. And that's an illness, a dis-ease, a malady, an amalato. Yeah, so these people were swamp people. They were caught up in the matrix. Musty, dusty, crusty. They were not galactic sovereign citizens. And here we go. We can see the devil finally came out. Once we became chosen, we really see like, oh, we were born into sin, and here's what that actually means. We're born on the terrestrial side of the moon, losing our eternal memories. We don't have access to the Akasha because this is a simulation, and we really need to go according to our heart chakra, and that's how we experience. But also, the universe is a vibratory reality. So the false matrix is a buy-in. You have to buy into it. You need to be conditioned and programmed to see it even. It's a construct. If you don't believe in the system, you're not going to see the falsity. And so it's like we're going back in time, or time's being undone. It's like it's not a retrograde, but a retroactive. If we wake up retroactively. We see the whole time we were sleeping what was being hidden from us, or what we chose not to see. Because again, we're finding the soul group and we're taking the places in the soul group, and it's a whole new world, even with new intuitive gifts. And we've actually completed the reading here, so let's pull a Sacred Rebel. So this is the world opening up to us. Worlds within worlds, remember what I said, relax and let the hold of darkness, relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. So it's interesting that the reading ends on the devil, because I needed the Leo card and the Sun card to come out. And I don't know where the video cut out, but what I was saying is that it's interesting that we ended on the devil here, because I needed the Leo card and the Sun card to come out to conclude the reading. That's the Lionsgate portal. There was some hold on of darkness, and this card says, relax and let the hold of darkness be at cause. The funny thing is, like, I was really focusing a lot on the Four of Cups, which is like holding on to something that you never really wanted in the first place. That's the Four of Cups. What we all want, the Four of Wands. And the 26th card of the tarot is the Four of Wands. So this is like a full circle. I'm getting a full circle energy. Relax relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. Dear Sacred Rebel, this moment in your life requires great courage. Lionsgate portal, duh. Fortunately, you possess that in bucket loads. You're being asked to allow yourself to be lifted out of the level of known reality into the next level of higher voltage reality. Higher voltage reality requires a more absolute trust in a heart that is surrendered into the great heart of the universe so that life can happen to us, through us, and with us more quickly, more radically, more beautifully, and more boldly. You are now being invited into this new reality where things happen quickly and according to bold, loving optimism. This is a reality not only of potential, but of manifestation of the great, big, cosmic yes. To access this reality, you have to leap from known waters, and others may think that you are crazy for doing so. You have to leave behind that dark, weighty grip of hesitation, procrastination, second guessing, and the belief that you have to do everything on your own. You may fear for your life. How will you be safe in the wild electrical pulse of so much aliveness? How will you know, or how will you function without the hazy, sleep-inducing paralysis of playing it safe, taking too long and placing lesser priorities above your sacred art of life? How will you hold yourself back if you do not hold on to fear? How do you do not need to worry about such things. Life is wild, but it is also wise. It is a force of startling, raw awakening at times, but is also the natural process of evolution where all things mature according to a seasonal cycle in right timing. You're a part of, not apart from that process. The invitation to shift gears and jump on board the express train of life will feel exhilarating and perhaps also challenging. When you're in the hold of darkness, you will feel pushed to turn away, to imagine it all too much, to imagine it is all too much, and to create excuses about your desires that are not grounded enough. Okay, I cannot read today. I'm so sorry. I'm distracted by my intuition. The invitation to shift gears and jump on board the express train of life will feel exhilarating and perhaps also challenging. When you are in the hold of darkness, you will feel pushed to turn away and to imagine it is all too much and to create excuses about how your desires are not grounded enough, that you are being too flighty or flaky, or that you are not living in the real world, end quote. That is fear talking, not truth. If the sacred rebel is not awakened, you will continue to live in a culture drenched in fear and distrust of nature. Those without awakened hearts do not yet understand what nature knows. She knows timing, she knows life and death, she knows the creative process, and she just knows and can be trusted to support us, her own creations, in becoming all that we can become. It doesn't mean being passive and just flowing along. So it was an honor and pleasure to serve. Thank you for allowing the pleasure to do so. The stronghold of darkness is lifting. Yeah, that's what this means. It's been an honor and pleasure to serve you. Hit that like button if you love it. Talk to you soon. Take good care. Bye.